Black is slimming, unless you're fat. I can say that because I make fun of obese people all the time. Hey everybody, grecofabulous here, making another video for you guys. I really don't know what I'm doing with my life at this point. You know, I said I was going to start pushing out videos every Thursday. That was going good for a while, then I kind of stopped. So I made like a live video where I just threw up every single thing that I bought, which totally neutered my ability to make fun edited videos. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. And then I put out a video that I did from 2015, which wasn't fooling anybody, but I wasn't trying to fool anybody. And now I have this itch, and now I'm doing improv. I don't have a script. I'm just rambling on and on and on. I'm just a walking dumpster fire. So anyways, in this video, I'm going to show you all the cool stuff I bought at thrift shops. So first, we're going to start with my mortal enemy, Savers, America's thrift store. The reason why I don't really like them recently is because they are not pricing things at as... Go f***ing die on your own time. Anything that I'm remotely interested in. Video games, toys, comic books, cocaine. It's like they Google it and the first price they see, they throw it on there. Or they have no rhyme or reason whatsoever. Oh, it's a Nintendo game? $15. Got a bunch of Legos? Let's put them in 10 individual bags and price them at $4.99 each. Who the hell's gonna come by and buy a bag of random ass Legos for $5? And I'm not even talking about anything fancy. It's like red rectangles, yellow squares. And they're not even big bags. Go home, Savers, you're drunk. But anyways, they're one of the few games in town that has a remote possibility of having something I want. So, here's what I got.
Form Voltron!
This is the all-in-one Voltron from the new Netflix animated series, which is awesome. By the way, I'm not really buying the toys brand new because it's not something I want to be chasing. Eventually, they're going to find their way into thrift shops and flea markets. So that's why I'm exhibiting some patience when it comes to this line. He's obviously not complete. He is missing one of his wings, and I'm pretty sure he's missing like a weapon. But for $2.99, you really can't beat it. What I really want from this line is the giant Voltron that is comprised of the individual lions. I've had some close calls on Facebook Marketplace where I've seen some complete ones for sale for $40, and I have total faith that that will land in my lap one day, or I'll lose interest. So either way, I'll win out. I'm not a must-have. So what do you prefer, blondes or brunettes? So these lovely 6-inch ladies... Hold on, 6 inches? 1 second. So these lovely ladies came in an infamous Savers grab bag. If you're not familiar, they pretty much just throw a handful of toys in a plastic sack and slap a price tag on it. So if you see something you want, you're stuck with a bunch of things you don't want. So you got She-Ra, Princess of Power right here. And this one was actually a nice little find. It's a Shower Power Catra, I think. So as you can see, she has a little tail. I'm a kitty. I'm a kitty. So she's actually a decent find. I must have paid like $3, $4 for the bag that they came in. And I'll probably end up selling this one to buy something I do want. Not you, Voltron.
You dropped a sonic boom on him!
Even without any accessories, she's potentially a $25 figure. So on the same day, I ended up grabbing this Ash Ketchum figure from Pokemon, which again came in a separate grab bag, which was like $3 or $4. He has that Generation 1 look that appeals to me because that's the only generation I really care about, that I grew up on. He has his Pokeball, his iconic look, and he actually has this removable backpack, which I think is pretty sweet. Ta-da. Whoa, look at that. Wow, so cool. I really don't know what I want to do Pokemon collecting wise. Again, it has to be Gen 1 or I really don't care. I just don't want to end up with like 151 Pokemon. Unless the price is right, then of course I'll just gobble that stuff up. Voltron, I don't choose you! Then I also picked up this Bebop figure from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is an original from the 80s. I already have one of him, but again, it was one of those times where it's like, gotta justify the trip to Savers. He was the only thing remotely in the time frame of or period that I'm collecting in, so might as well pick him up for a few bucks. That's what these typically go for, loose like this without any accessories. So it might end up being a wash, but again, if you see something out there that'll kind of pique your nostalgia a little bit for a few bucks, might as well throw a few bucks at it. How many times can I say bucks in a sentence? Bucks, 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 bucks. This video bucks. And then as I usually do, I'll randomly pick up some Toy Story toys because I have no good reason. At this point, it's got to be some kind of compulsion. I mean, I like the movie, but every time I pick up something, I have this like instant feel of regret. Like, did I really need that? Do I really want that? So I don't know. I don't know why I'm so on the fence about Toy Story toys. It was a good movie, right? All of them. Toy Story 3 made me cry, which isn't saying much. I cry a lot, actually. Anyways, alright, so this guy, RC, I believe his name is, came in a grab bag. Now, look at this thing. This thing's actually, it's got some girth and size to it, right? I mean, I'm like an NBA player and this fits in the palm of my hand. So you would think, you know, bought this at a toy store, right? No. This came as a Burger King toy. What a whopper, huh? Have you seen, like, Happy Meal toys, fast food toys recently? They don't compare to this in size. This thing's crazy. This is, like, a legit toy. So, anyways, that was actually kind of compressed. I was compressed by that I completely flattened in on myself. I was actually pretty impressed by that when I saw the stamp because they just don't give away toys like this anymore. And he didn't come alone, so just to further beat in that guilt that I felt, I also picked up this kind of Buzz Lightyear spaceship looking thingy. When you look at this, right, you see 3 buttons, so, and they're different colors. What do you expect them to do? You would think they do 3 separate things. Maybe like 3 different sound bites from the movie, you know, to infinity and beyond. No, you're wrong. This is what they all do. And this isn't annoying at all. No matter what button you press. That's all you get. So that's pretty lame. There is an on-off switch, which just makes it do that continuous thing over and over again. Obviously, there's some wheels here, so it's meant to go on the ground. If you turn on that on switch, it'll just constantly do that. Oh, that's a spot. So getting away from toys for a second, one thing that I can't knock Savers for are their board games. Those are always pretty reasonably priced, and if they have all the pieces, bonus! So I ended up picking up this Where in the USA is Carmen Sandiego game. I don't know much about this game. I'm not really super interested in playing it. I say that because I try to come off as this macho Johnny Too Cool guy. But the fact of the matter is, I don't want to play this because I don't have any friends. So if I make it seem like it's my decision to not play this, then I don't have to accept that harrowing truth. Anyways, I really like this because it reminds me of that game show, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
All these people want to know.
Where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego.
And one of these gumshoes could find her.
I always wanted to be on that show, but I just had this phobia that I would totally screw up the geography part of the game, which is like the last stage.
On your mark, get set, go. Carmen with the exact back. Turkmenistan, Turkmenistan, Turkmenistan. Try it again, Turkmenistan. Come on, let's go, come on. Kathmandu, Nepal, Kathmandu, Nepal, Nepal. Do it. Yeah. Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka. Colombo, Sri Lanka. Yeah.
They should just re-release it now and let you use GPS. So anyways, I just want to thank University Games and viewers like you for tying together those 2 loose ends of nostalgia and my childhood. Because that's what a 33-year-old man should be doing with his life.
You are about to meet the suspects, weapons, and rooms of the VCR mystery game Clue. Watch carefully, and I'll be back in a few minutes to tell you about the game.
This is a really cool blast from the past because even though I never played it, just having that hybrid of Clue, you know, the classic game Clue, also combined with the modern technology of a VCR. You can see on the back here, people are having a lot of fun with it. Look at that old-timey setup. You got your fat tube television, your CRT TVs, his ginormous VCR. Like, look how thick that is. Like, Johnny, can you imagine what kind of damage you can do with this VCR? No! Stop it, Johnny! Stop hitting me! Stop! So if you want to be my friend and have a VCR, hit me up. Then I randomly picked up this Cabbage Patch Kid scrapbook. Why do I buy these things? I picked it up just to kind of see what was inside. First off, you see that it belonged to some chick named Jennifer. And Jennifer apparently didn't have that much of a relationship with her Cabbage Patch. She just lived in this delusional world where she was able to fill this scrapbook of memories for something that was never, ever provided to her. You're living a lie, Jennifer. Why don't you subscribe to Cabbage Patch Magazine, you big baby? And rounding out my savers pull is this guy right here. It's a Tiger Electronics 2XL robot.
My little brother has more brains in his finger than all of you put together. Says who? Says 2XL. Food facts.
A peanut is neither a pea nor a nut.
True. Sports.
If a fly ball hits the foul pole.
Home run. Animals.
Has it ever rained frogs?
Yes. Space. Trivia. Monsters.
Pretty nifty button pushing.
2XL comes with one program tape. Additional tape sold separately. Batteries not included.
Now, I've seen him in a ton of places. He's actually been super overpriced for some reason. But it was something that had that kind of cool look, kind of represented 90s robot technology. And I just wanted him. He didn't have a price tag on him. It's kind of sad story, but it was New Year's Eve when I found him. And I went up to the front and I was like, hey, you know, how much do you want for him? And the lady like yelled over to her manager. And again, this is like 5 minutes before they were closing. They all had better things to do that night than be working at Savers. I'm sure all of their resolutions were to not be employed there any longer. The manager throws out $4.99 and I'm like, no, that doesn't work for me. I mean, he doesn't even have a battery cover. And she's like, okay, it's $3.99, whatever you want, just get out of here. Pretty much like that. And I was like, okay, cool, thanks. I don't know why I have an attachment to this guy, other than being a robot and kind of cool. I think what I really want from Tiger is a Talk Boy, you know, made famous in Home Alone 2.
With Tiger's Talk Boy tape recorder, you can have lots of high-tech fun.
Stop drooling on me. Stop drooling on me.
Tiger's Talk Boy tape recorder comes with audio cassette, batteries not included.
That is something that I would really, really be excited about. So thirsty. So now we're gonna gracefully exit from Savers and go somewhere a little south of the border. And I'm gonna show you my favorite donkey shows. Now actually we're just gonna be leaving Massachusetts and heading to Rhode Island. So we hit up some antique shops, which are always hit and miss. You know, they definitely don't usually have the stuff you're looking for, and if they do, they're overpriced. Case in point, I find this random transforming robot which sells on eBay for like 25 bucks, and the guy literally wanted $150 for it. Can't explain that by any stretch of the imaginations. Maybe he owns Savers. Anyways, I did find some things which were pretty cool and reasonably priced. So first off are these Voltron tattoos, 24 in a pack from Topps, $3 a piece. Gonna get all tatted up because my wife wants me to be something that I'm not, and this is as close as she's gonna get to being happy. And then lastly from that place, I picked up this random Combat Engineer Great Combination action figure set. Now for some of you this might be striking an odd resemblance to the Constructicons, which formed Devastator from the Transformers set, and that is no coincidence. As far as I can tell, this is a nice knockoff version. I pinged some people in my Transformers Facebook group. Yes, I'm actually part of a Transformers Facebook group. That's not just a line I use at the bar to pick up women. It had a $20 price sticker on it. The place had terrible reception, so I really couldn't do any research or wait for people to get back to me on my post. I don't really collect knockoff figures, but it's kind of funny. It's obviously in terrible English. I mean, some of them make sense. You know, this guy's feeding, obviously, because you dump your load in him and he takes it away. Then this one makes completely no sense, but why is the little crane guy called Sanitation? And for those that are interested, here's a little point of reference. Here's the real deal. Separated at birth? I don't know. Who's having sex with plastic toys? Alright, you guys still with me? because I'm barely here. But anyways, this is going to be the last stop on this video. This is just going to be a testament to why you pretty much have to turn over every stone when you're out there looking for this stuff for good prices, because you never know where you're going to find it, and things turn up in the least likely of places. Now, normally I'm not a big book guy, but I will start off with some of the literature that I picked up from this place. Just tickled my fancy enough that I had to come away with it. So I picked up some kind of cool classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kids books here. We got Ninja Turtles Buried Treasure, Ninja Turtles Sky High, and Ninja Turtles Red Herring. I did find this Star Wars Return of the Jedi adaptation. Again, I thought it was kind of cool that it was like this this picture book. I know there's like movie adaptations, or novelizations, which nowadays are kind of lengthy and long. I don't know if they still make like kids versions of it, but it's kind of cool to see like at least a kind of a simplified one for children that also includes, you know, nice awesome pictures and stills from the movie itself. So eventually I'll find somebody that is more enthused about this. What Clue the VCR mystery game is to me, this will have the same effect on somebody else. So I will use that to my advantage and just completely bend them over when I try to sell them this. Anyways, going back to the books, we got X-Men, Gambit, and the Shadow King. So totally 90s animated series X-Men, complete with like holographic card right there. So again, it just brought me back to watching that on, you know, Fox Kids. Havoc, the Secret of Cyclops' Brother. Which again, just channeling that kind of X-Men animated series. And lastly, this book is a monster. It still represents an interest of mine, an interest that I've had from as a young child to now in my career, and part of the reason why I'm doing things like making silly YouTube videos that nobody watches. And it's special effects creating movie magic. So, like I said, pretty giant book. It basically goes through like the history of special effects in movies, like from like really early stuff to like, you know, like the Man in the Moon, silent film era, King Kong, 2001: A Space Odyssey. There's like Close Encounters of the Third Kind in here. There's another 2001 iconic shot. Here's some Star Wars stuff. So it really goes into like the behind the scenes of how they pulled off some of these special effects, which I'm interested in because I know nowadays, you know, it's a lot easier to pull off special effects with CGI and computer rendering, but there's something about like physical staged kind of effects that it just produces a look that I don't think computers can always necessarily replicate. Just awestruck in how they really pulled things off. So this is something near and dear to me that has never escaped me, even in my, you know, boring 9-to-5 job. If any of my employers are watching this, it is not boring. I really love the work I do. Please hang on to me, for God's sakes. I am trying to raise a family on one income. Don't do this to me. I'm sorry. I wish there was a way for me to edit this. I can't. What do you want me to beg? Anyways, book schmooks. My main passion has always been Generation 1 Transformers. And when I spied with my little eye a little bucket full of robots, and some of them were old looking, I got really, really excited. Because again, this place is known for furniture, so I didn't have a lot of hope going into this. It was just kind of on a whim. We were out, brought the kids to the park, and I was like, hey, while we're here, can we stop into this place? And ooh, so glad I did. And get me into this. Where's my water? Oh God, I gotta get through this before I die. Just the culmination of all these events and you know, the stars aligning to get me into this exact spot at this exact time to come away with this. So anyways, G1 Transformers. We got Blur, who made his first appearance in Transformers the movie and was voiced by John Machida, the Micro Machines guy.
This is the Micro Machine Man, presenting the most midget miniature motorcade of Micro Machines. Each one has dramatic details, terrific trim, precision paint jobs, plus incredible Micro Machine pocket playsets. There's a police station, fire station, restaurant, service station, and more. Perfect pocket portables to take any place. And there are many miniature playsets to play with, and each one comes with its own special edition Micro Machine vehicle and fun, fantastic features that miraculously move. Raise the boat lift at the airport marina, man the gun turret at the army base, clean your car at the car wash, raise the toll bridge. And these playsets fit together to form a Micro Machine world. Micro Machine pocket playsets, so tremendously tiny, so perfectly precise, so dazzlingly detailed, you'll want to pocket them all. Micro Machines and Micro Machine pocket playsets sold separately from Galoob. The smaller they are, the better they are.
He's brand new to me. I have a Target Master Blur, but not the original. Missing some accessories, but who gives a hoot? Then we got Rampage, one of the Predacons, which along with his 4 other brethren formed the mighty Predaking. He is brand new to me as well. He's in great shape. Now I'm one figure away from being able to form Predaking. Rampage, so hot right now. Then we got some of these figures that were made on towards the end of the line. They were like these bases. This guy, I believe, is called Ground Shaker. He's kind of turning into this base. You know, he had some ramps and I think like a tower and some other things, and I think a figure, like a little mini one that came with it. It's one of those things where I don't really know where I want to draw the line with my Transformers collection, but you know, this probably isn't in there since it's not something I have like an emotional attachment to, but I'm never going to turn this stuff down if I find it out in the wild. I forget who this guy is called, but same kind of concept. He's already in base form. Kind of give you a second to look him over and kind of make your guess. What do you think he'll transform into? If you say get in the chopper, then you are right. I think this is called Sky Hopper or Sky Chopper. And there he is. Look at that. Record time. And lastly, I picked up Thrust, or I always forget these guys, but another one of the jet guys. Not the original Seekers, but like the cone-headed ones. It's either like Thrust or Dirge or one of those dudes. But anyways, I already have him, so this is going to be an extra body. He is missing his little nose cone thing, but got some of his little tail feathers here. So again, this will be something that I'll just sell and get my money back. I'm starting to wheeze. Can you guys... I hope it's not... You hear that? Should I go to the doctor? You're killing me! So I never talked price with you guys, so let's get to that. My second trip there, which included the 2 X-Men books, the special effects book, and the Star Wars book, got them for $1 a piece, so $4 right there. And the creme de la creme, which was the day that I picked up the 3 Turtle books, and the 5 G1 Transformers plus some accessories. It's a little hard to pinpoint the exact value because I did end up buying my kids some stuff over there, and they kind of do like a lock thing, but from what I could tell, this was no more than $14. I definitely love how this turned out, and it's definitely going to give me just more fuel to always constantly check places, whether they're known for this type of stuff or not, because you just don't know, right? And that's part of the thrill of the hunt. It's pretty cool. It's like having my own, secret garden where I take my plastic toys to have sex with them. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this. I don't really know how this video is going to turn out. Usually I'm more of a calculated, kind of scripted kind of storyteller, and this one I pretty much was just like, you know what, I've been trying to make a video, haven't had the time, let's just turn on the camera and see where it takes us. And I try to be kind of like spontaneous, and maybe through editing I can kind of weave together some coherence or entertainment. So hopefully you enjoy this and it's not just another stake into the coffin that was the life of Grecofabulous on YouTube. Because I do enjoy making these videos, showing off what I got. Because as I mentioned, I am otherwise a very lonely man who can't even get anyone to play Clue, the VCR mystery game, with him. Yeah. Peekaboo!